Hi, welcome back everyone. This is part 2 of my patchwork journal, and in today's video I show you how I add the elastic inserts for the signatures and decorate the inside of the cover. I love how it's coming together so far. Oh. Hi y'all, it's the next day and I wanted to show you that I covered the spine and I did the same technique as I did on the front and back cover, and now this is how I adhere the spine to the front and back cover. So I cut another piece of fabric and I cut it a little bit shorter than the height of the spine, and then I have it expand over, about an inch or so onto the front and back cover, and then I glue it down to the spine first, and then next I'll glue it to the front and back cover, and I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch spacing there so that it can open and close. Alright, I glued the front cover on, and now I'm going to show you how I do it by doing the back cover. So I look and see how much, make sure y'all can see that, how much this fabric comes over out here, and then I go straight up and then back over this way, and then I just put all the glue down. A good amount of glue. I line this up again when I just have a, 1/8 of an inch, if that, little gap, and then just fold. You want to try to keep everything lined up, the top and the bottom of the cover with the spine, and then just gently press the fabric down onto the cover. And then this glue will dry, and plus it's going to get covered up by this paper as well. It'll get covered up by this paper, so it's okay. And then you flip it over and you just make sure everything looks aligned up. Make sure it's close enough to the spine. Push the fabric over if needed. Yeah, see how it's, probably not even 1/8 of an inch there. And then as you fold it, you can see that. So you'll wait for the glue to dry before you start folding it. So it's really important to kind of let all this dry. I'll put some books on top of this to help push the fabric into the chipboard, and I will let this dry before I start manipulating it or folding it. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, so I have another piece of coordinating fabric. I'm going to put Tyvek on the back of this and glue these two together, and then I'll poke the holes for the elastic to go through. And while my cover is drying, I have taken a piece of Tyvek and I've cut it the width of the spine, just a little bit smaller than the width of the spine, and then I've glued it onto the back of this fabric. So then when I glue it into the book, this is what you'll see. And so now I'm going to do 2 elastic signature holders for this one. And so I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll poke the holes into it and add the elastic and show you all how to do that. Alright, I'm going to show you all how I do the elastic for this type of journal and spine. As you can see here, the external cover has dried, and I have applied this layer in here. That's how I connected the front back cover and the spine. And then I've been working on this piece, which is what I'll use for the signatures, the elastic. So I got this elastic from Amazon. Got it a while ago. I'll see if I can find it and put that link down below. So what I did is I measured, take this off and show you all. And this will bunch up because it's elastic, obviously, so you just have to be mindful of that. What I did is I measured two signatures here, and I put the holes, and I used my Crocodile Big Bite to make the holes. And so now I'm going to do the elastic for the second one and kind of show you all how I did that. So I am going to paper clip this back in here so I can keep it stretched. So let me know what y'all think of this technique that I'm doing. Comes together pretty quickly, I think. And then I'll show y'all how I glue it in. Oops. Put this over here. Right, so let me clip off some elastic here. And I like to have the tie on this side, so if there's some bizarre reason I need to untie it or redo it at some future date, then I have that available. So I have it go in this way. Oh, and I forgot to zip this. Sure you all are still in the frame. So go back through this way, and then I will go up through the top, up here, through this hole. This elastic, it's nice and soft, so I do like that. Oops. Go. I'm gonna make sure it's lined up back there, and then I'll put the clip back on, paper clip. This is to simulate it glued in, so I can figure out the right tautness to tie this. So make sure this slides down here a little bit. There we go. I'll take a signature that I have handy, and that kind of helps me figure out the tautness as well. I do have the first one done, so sometimes that'll help me figure that out as well. So I do a double knot. don't know if y'all can hear my cat or not. He came in the room and is meowing. So let me find the center. There we go. And this is too tight or too loose. I think that's just a little bit too loose. So what I do is I untie it here. Hey, sorry, my cat's hitting the camera. Undo the double knot. And tighten it up just a little bit more. And then redo the double knot there. That. Yeah, I think that looks much better. Okay. Out. There we go. And then you can trim these down a little bit. I think I'm going to trim them a little bit here. And I might trim them some more after I get them glued in. So next, I'll get this glued in to this book here. So to glue this in, it's pretty straightforward. You just put glue here on the spine first. So I'm going to glue this to the spine and then I'll glue it to the flaps after that. And you'll use your paper clips, or if you have some big clips, whatever you have available. So I'm going down just the spine portion here, you can see. And put in some glue. And I'm trying to avoid the area where the elastic is, because I want to still have some freedom of movement for the elastic. It's okay if it does get some glue on the elastic, but I try not to put as much in that section. All right. So then this is the tricky part, since you have to stretch this back out. And the other thing is you want to make sure you get this part straight, right, on the spine. So I'm going to lay this down. And I'm going to line it up on this side, so I know that I'm getting it straight here. And I start on this side that I can see. And I can see it's off a little bit. So I'm going to slide the top forward. Yep, that looks pretty good. Okay, so once I have that side, then I will then work on the rest. And it looks like I need to put a little bit more glue up here to get this top section to it here. So I'm going to pull that up and hold that down. Hopefully I didn't get in your all's way. And then I want to make sure this is, yep, that looks good. This side as well. Actually, I want to slide this over a little bit. There we go. Okay. That back up there. Put that down. And then you just want to push everywhere on the spine. Get that glue to stick. And again, you'll want to put a bunch of books on top of this. And that's basically it. So then I'm going to glue down these two sides as well. I want to hold this though. I want to make sure the middle is adhered well. And see, you can still stretch these and get your signatures in there. And I'll probably trim these down a little bit more now that they're at a pretty good length. Let this dry. Section has dried, and I've glued down this side, and so now I'm going to walk y'all through how to glue down this one over here. And so I just take a little bit of glue at a time here, and just do a little bit at a time, and put that down, and then I'll add a little bit more glue next time. So press that down, and then I want to push into the spot between the spine and the cover. Make sure that that gets down in there good, like that. Okay, and then we'll add more glue in the next row, and I'll just kind of show you how it's looking. See, I think that looks really nice. So we'll continue on, and I just do another little section here. And the reason I kind of do a little section at a time is in case if I did it all at once and I got some wrinkle or something, then there'd be a whole bigger piece I would have to peel back up. So doing this a section at a time makes it a little more foolproof. And then we'll do this last little section here. So this is another version of my hidden spine. And I came up with this one after watching, oh my gosh, countless different videos of people who would do, you know, this elastic kind of traveler notebook style. They do, you know, where the signatures would show through the spine, and just all different kinds of videos that I watched. And I didn't really like having the strings show on my spine. That's just my own personal preference. I know a lot of people love it and they add buttons, and I've done that video as well, you know, done that journal as well. I mean, but I don't know, for some reason I like my spine to look more like a book, and that's how I came up with this. And then I also do, you know, the other videos you all have seen with the cookbook journal and the sunflower journal and the green vintage journal, where I do the hidden spine on that one. But that one I have this outside is all covered, so you don't see the little gap here. But this is just something different. So now I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna put some books back on top of this so I make sure I have a really good adhesion there, and then I'll go back and trim up all these little pieces, and if I have some different little trim peeling up, then I will glue those back down. But I'm essentially done. So it's all put together. I think I'm gonna have some fun and do some decorate. I've never really decorated the cover of a journal before. I've always kept them very plain, and so since this is for me, I might do some lace or some sort of other, like a picture. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. But anyway, once this is fully dry, I'll show you again where I put the signatures in. And so now what I need to do is I need to make another signature for July through probably September or October, because I made this one in February and it actually lasted me through June, which I didn't think it would last that long. Anyway, I hope you all found this video helpful, and let me know. Please comment down below. What do you think of this design? And I'll have to look again. I forget who it was who asked about this elastic option. Let me know if you watched this and if this helped you, or if you have any other questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Yeah, and then once this is completely dry, I'll add my paper. All right, everything has dried, so I wanted to show you what it looked like with a signature installed. And you can see I do have room, plenty of room to have 2 signatures. So I was worried about that, but no worries. So I'm excited to get my next signature put together. And yeah, and then I need to decorate the inside and front and back cover. I wanted to show you the final look with the paper installed. So I just I eyeball and mark with a pencil where I want to cut the paper, and then I just glue it down. And I used my Fabri-Tac glue because it works fine with paper as well. And some of the paper is glued onto the fabric, so I like using the Fabri-Tac glue for that. But I really like how that came out. I'll probably add some pockets here maybe. Still need to, so I think this will be fun. I'll play around with decorating this journal, which I really haven't done before, so I'm excited to do that. Couple tips, last minute tips. So I had, to make the holes here, I measured the height of my signature to help me determine the holes, and same with this, the size of the cover. I measured it, and I wanted it to, be big enough to hold the signature, since I had already created the signature. But I should have taken into account a little bit more height, so I'd have room for the holes, because I think I could have made this a little bit bigger, because the paper is kind of getting smushed, so I added some washi tape there. So that's kind of a lesson learned, is, make sure, either trim your signature down or make it a little bit taller so you have room for the elastic to go around. So that's kind of a tip. So my next signature that I'm going to make, I'm going to probably make it a little bit shorter than this one, so I don't run into that issue. So just a little tip there. Y'all can learn from my mistakes. But anyway, I really like how this came together. It came together pretty quickly, and I just wanted to show you all. I'll link in one of the cards, or either at the end of the video, the very first journal that I made. One of the first ones, not the very first, but one of the first ones where I did this technique, but I don't show you all how I did it. So that's why I wanted to do this video series, so y'all can see how I did that. And but in that video, I didn't do the elastic. I actually sewed the signatures in with my sewing machine. So I also wanted to just show you a different technique with the elastic. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, And, let me know what y'all think about this. And I will catch y'all on the next video. And remember to hit that like button, please.